Hello, hello, hello. This is Dr. Camp signing on, and I am coming on to share a dream. And in this dream, the theme would be when God says no. I had this dream about a month ago, and in this dream, I saw on the second floor of my house, the doors all were locked. The bedroom door, my office door, the additional room, and the bathroom. All those doors were locked. So then I began to think, why are those doors locked? I realized that I had access to other parts of the house, such as the garage door, the laundry room door, the finished basement door, the bathroom door in the finished basement. When you go up the steps, there's another door to get into the kitchen. I had access to that door. I had access to the deck door. I had access to my front door. I had access to doors, but I did not have access to the second floor doors. So I began to ponder, why God? Why don't I have access to the second floor? And I believe He led me to look at the steps, the stairs. I looked at the stairs and I began to see those closed doors differently. I began to see those doors as not only doors that allow you to get into places to do things, but doors also represent keeping things out. Doors are also protection. So when I realigned my thinking with other reasons and definitions of what a door represents, I begin to see those doors closed as doors of protection. And I saw those steps as steps to prepare me for those very doors that were closed. Because see, I had access to everything else in the house, just not those doors. Each step represented the process of preparing me for those doors. The first step represented my priority with God. How do I prioritize God in my life? Is He first? That will prepare me for the second floor, putting God first. The second step represented prayer. Am I putting prayer as first in my life? Am I dependent on God for direction? That will prepare me for the second floor. The third step represented repentance. Am I clean on the inside? Do I constantly wash my soul in prayer and music, spiritual music like this? Am I clean? Constantly cleansing myself? That will prepare me for the second floor. Do I do self-care? Self-care is so essential to being ready for the second floor. If we do not take time out of our day to meditate, to sit, to think, to imagine, to dream, to rest, to ponder, you may not be ready for the second floor because you can overwork yourself and forfeit all of those doors on the second floor. So self-care will get me ready for the second floor. Learning to set boundaries is important for the second floor. Because if I don't set boundaries in my life, I can't pray, I can't read, I can't study, because I will just let people and things and circumstances dictate how I do things. So I have to set boundaries, such as I'm going to read from this time to that time, and I may not be answering my phone from 9 to 11, because during this time, I'm doing this. So you're saying yes to reading and praying, and you're saying no to surfing on the internet, to answering calls, to running around to stores and shopping or whatever. So in order to set those boundaries, you gotta say yes to yourself and say no to other things. The next step can represent your finances. Evaluating how you spend your money and where are you investing it. That will get you ready. Us ready for the second floor. The next step is loving your neighbor. Do I love my neighbor? How do I treat my neighbors? Not just your next door neighbor, but people in your life. How am I treating them? That'll get you ready for the second floor. Understanding yourself better. Oh my gosh, so powerful. So powerful. Understanding yourself better is the key to peace. That's a whole another journey, but that'll get you ready for the second floor, because then you'll understand what you can and what you cannot do. I'm strong in some areas in my life, but I know my weak areas, and I know I'm not going to be able to do that, and I know how to recommend.
My department uses Monday.com, so I'm good.
I know how to
Work
recommend.
management tool? That's not for me.
I know how to recommend other people and get other people involved to that place that I can't do, where I'm weak at. The last one that I put down is confronting your biases. We all have biases. Believe it or not, we have a bias. It's just your preference. You can't see something. You might have a gender bias. You might have an age bias. You might have some type of bias about education, smart people versus people that don't go to school, formal education versus informal education. There's a bias somewhere in our lives that you must confront to get ready for the second floor. On the second floor, once you walk up these steps and God is getting you ready by going through all these things, and know those are mine. I don't know what your process will be. But on the second floor, once you go through your steps, you will be ready for those doors to open. And God will begin to open those doors, because now your character is ready. Now your language, because there's another language that you speak on the second floor than you did on the first floor. Your vision is different now on the second floor. The people you select to be in your inner circle has changed because you went through the steps. You are now ready for the second floor. Your influence with others will be different because you went through the steps for the second floor. You are now ready to enter each door as God slowly and steadily changes his no of protection to the yes, you're ready. So I want you to look at the doors that's closed in your life differently. I want you to begin to think, that door is shut because God is protecting me. What are my steps? How do I get ready to enter those doors? The very doors that's a hard no right now will become a soft yes in my future. As I walk up those steps in my houses symbolically, I will see myself being prepared and being made ready For each door that God is going to open when He see that I'm ready to enter in. So see your doors as doors of protection. And see your doors as a yes in the future, but a no for now because I'm just not ready. If you look at your doors that way, you will have a positive influence, not only in your heart, but in the lives of others, because they know you're being prepared for those open doors upstairs, and you'll begin to see everything that you already have, that God has already said yes to, just not yet for the second floor, but soon you will have that. So enter those doors as God opened them and find out what your steps are. What steps do you need to go through before God opens those doors? So the name of this message was When God Says No, but the process to yes is always awaiting you. Will you go? Will you go? Will you take those steps and allow God to protect you until you're ready? This is Dr. Camp signing off. God bless you. And remember, God is saying no to protect you from what awaits you behind those doors. And when you are ready, those doors will open for you. God bless. Dr. Camp signing off.